Okay, this is an instruction video on how to make a mask out of cloth. I'm not a doctor and I don't work for the CDC. This is just how to make a mask if you want one out of cloth. I've used a 20-inch by 20-inch bandana. You can also use an old pillowcase or a dishcloth or even an old t-shirt. You'll also need a pair of scissors, 2 rubber bands. Hair ties work well. You could also use string, and 1 sheet of standard 8.5 by 11 paper folded in half. We're going to cut this bandana to look like that one. First, set your sheet of paper in the middle, halfway on either end so that it's just square. Your bandana is diagonal to your piece of paper. Then cut in from each end at the corner. Maybe your scissors work better than mine. All the way in to the paper. This is approximate. If you get close enough, that works. So you got the one side and now the second side. Great. You're just using the paper as a measure so you know how far to go. That looks about right. The next thing you'll do is cut in from the edges of the paper to the edge of the bandana. You're going to do that on all 4 edges of the paper. So you're coming in from the non-cut edges and cutting toward your paper. So I'm doing it upside down to make the video, but you could just turn your bandana. And then go a little bit further. And then again on this last piece. There. So you have these 4 cuts coming in like that around your piece of paper. You could also just trace the paper with marker and then cut into it. The next thing you'll do is a similar cut next to your first cut, and you're getting rid of this triangle of bandana. So there's 1. 2. This is creating the ties that you will use to attach your mask. There's 3. Okay. So you now have that shape with 2 ties, a center area, and the parts that you'll fold down. Now you want to fold it to get a couple of layers of cotton. You don't want it to be too heavy because it's warm most places. But the idea is to fold in the edges so that you have something that looks like that. Next, you take your rubber bands and you're cinching it in. This helps it stay on your face a little bit better. So for these, I'll just tighten it 2 or 3 times. There we go. And then your mask is done. To tie it on, you see if I can do this. Put it on your face, tie it up here, and tie it down here, and then you're done.